This is the executive chef of Siro's restaurant, Manhattan, Nicholas Armstrong, here to show you what we can do with a chuck roast, a beer, and an onion. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the roast and I'm just going to dice it up so it's easier cooking. This is a dish that's so simple it brings me back to my dorm days at college when there wasn't much in the refrigerator to work with, but somehow you made something delicious out of not much. I'm cutting these into larger size cubes. Basically, it's going to give us some surface area to work with when we're browning up the meat. And that browning, the more we have, the more flavor we're going to have. And since there's not much ingredients involved in this dish, we're going to need all the flavor we can get out of just our meat and our onions. Now that I'm done cutting, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transfer it into my mixing bowl here. Now we're going to go ahead and season the meat. I like to go heavy on the seasoning to let the salt really bring out the meatiness. Some pepper for that nice cracked taste. Get my hands right in there, mix it up, make sure it's nice and even. Okay, and the next step that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and sear off our meat. So our pan's nice and hot already. I'm going to go ahead and add our blended oil. It's nice and smoky. That's what we're looking for. That's that nice intense heat that's going to give us that nice browning on our meat, and it's going to draw that flavor out for us. And if you look right here, this is the nice browning that we're really looking for on this beef. Those are those Maillard reactions. It's a chemical reaction between the proteins, not the sugars, like most people think. I'm going to go ahead and move our meat right on over to the side here. I chose a large enough vessel where I don't have to separately saute my veg. I can do it right in with the beef. So I'm going to come in with my sliced onion. And once again, every time I add an ingredient, I like to re-season and make sure we season in layers so we have a nice balanced dish. If you look, as the onions are being cooked, on the bottom of the pan here we have what's called a fond. This is what you want to deglaze, and deglazing is simply removing this fond from the bottom, which is concentrated flavor from the beef with an acid of some type, whether it be red wine, white wine. In this case, we're going to be using beer. Now that our onions are nice and caramelized for us, so sugars are cooked down, I'm going to go ahead and come in with one of my favorite beers from my hometown, King's Fisher in Saratoga Springs, New York. A nice hearty lager. And if you can see here, if I can tilt this, if I tilt back here, you can see that all that fond has been removed, and now that's all in our liquid. That's exactly what we were looking to do. Let's keep stirring that up a little bit. We'll let some of that alcohol cook out. Let the liquid reduce, concentrate in flavor. And if you have the luxury of doing so, having some beef stock ready and available is going to give this dish some base to work off of with flavor. It's going to blend well with that nice hearty lager. So with any braise or stew, basically what you're going to want to do is have it simmered about 185 degrees. That's the proper braising temperature. It's not too hard on the meat, and it makes your meat nice and tender for a finished product. It also allows the sauce to slowly reduce rather than quickly reduce, and it gives you that nice sweet flavor. This has been Executive Chef Nicholas Armstrong with Siro's Restaurant at 885 2nd Avenue in Manhattan. And this is what you can do with a chuck roast, an onion, and a beer. And whether you're reliving your dorm room days or just have not much in your refrigerator, this dish cooked up is a sure winner.